We like being able to go out into our backyard and say, oh man, this is amazing. We've grown this and done this with our own two hands.
And also demonstrating to our kids that we can live this way and enjoy it. Hi, welcome to our home. I'm Will.
And I'm Leah. We're going to tell you what we've been up to in our home and our yard for the past few years.
The heating system was very minimal when we bought the house. There's a wood stove, but otherwise it was basically electric heaters in the bedrooms on the walls. No air conditioning, or no central air at all. And so we opted to put in a heat pump mini split system that has units in each of the major rooms.
With the insulation, we had someone come out and check which walls were actually insulated and not, and had some insulation blown into the cavities, and also got the insulation redone in the attic as well, because there was virtually nothing up there too. We also insulated the floor underneath in the crawl space, which really helped with cold winter mornings. There were a number of windows that were single pane still, and so we went through and replaced those with double pane windows that don't leak air. And we were able to, in some instances, we had to order new windows that would fit the existing space, but we were also able to use some reused windows from Bring. We got a new roof. The old roof was being slowly devoured by pine needles. We got a white metal roof for the longevity of it, and also the color white is supposed to reflect heat, so it definitely helps with the cooling in the summer. We have to do less cooling, especially in the attic bedroom. We've been able to find a number of things that Bring that kind of matched the decor and style. We found some cabinets that matched our existing cabinets. We were able to reuse some old IKEA shelves and modify them so they look built in. We found some really great reused doors that look brand new, and we got to install those. So we got the yurt to use as kind of an additional bedroom, like a flexible space that we can either use as an office or the kids can run around and play in.
And we were able to make the yurt kind of an off-grid space, so Will installed a solar panel next to it and hooked it up so all of the power in the yurt is from solar.
And then we're able to use the photovoltaic system in the yurt to power tools in the yard, which is really great when we're moving water into and out of the duck pond and things.
And we have water catchment off the yurt as well, and so we have a rain barrel that collects all of that water. It's very useful.
We have actually a fair number of rain barrels because this house has a lot of downspouts that are spread out in different areas. We have some that are 300, one 500-gallon barrel, and a couple of 1,500-gallon barrels. And those are still overflowing by the end of the spring. But it's nice to have that reserve of water. And one of them is dedicated for the sandbox too, so the kids can play with water all they want and the hose isn't running. We don't have to worry about that.
We got baby chicks and baby ducklings, and they have been great. So we have a flock of 11, all female, and they lay 11 eggs a day. From a practical standpoint, they keep down weeds majorly, and they also are a huge advantage in our vegetable garden. We let them in the winter so that they can eat all of the aphids and the bugs and the slugs, and we have a lot less trouble with things eating our vegetable garden because of our ducks.
The last couple of years, we've gotten commercial packages of bees from Eugene Backyard Farmer. It's been really rewarding because we've been able to get some honey from it, and the honey is really delicious, and the kids love watching them. Our goal from the beginning with our landscape was kind of twofold. One, we wanted to grow food that we can eat and we'll enjoy, and then two, we wanted to, maybe this makes us sound lazy, but we wanted to put in, as little effort as possible. It's a bigger lot, and so we've been trying to encourage edible weeds maybe, or edible ground cover. For instance, we have wild radishes that grow in the backyard and they keep out other weeds, but we can pluck them and have them in a salad or something like that. So we've been trying to do that in different zones around the yard.
We have some orchard spaces where we have fruit trees and nut trees, almonds and our hazelnuts. We also have our main big vegetable garden, which takes up most of the center of our backyard, and that's where we do our kind of seasonal stuff, grow our vegetables every year. We plant strawberries in our orchards because it's great ground cover, it keeps the weeds down, and then we get some strawberries from it too. So,
when we are able to eat soup that's made entirely from what we have in our yard, it tastes a little bit better is there's something a little bit special to that. And it's nice to know that there's not as much of a climate impact. The food wasn't trucked here. It was something that just came from the ground without, chemicals or anything like that. In our yard, we've been able to use some old gates. They were originally screen doors, but we've repurposed them as gates, and they've worked really well. And we found other ones that bring, and I think they look pretty nice, and they're much easier than building a gate from scratch. If someone's interested in making their home, greener and more sustainable, I would just encourage people to take it one step at a time. Sometimes these things can be really daunting, but you don't have to jump right to a gigantic rain barrel or 11 ducks. But a little small step, and then learn as you go, because we didn't know how to do any of this stuff really when we started, and we've just kind of learned and adapted and changed plans.
Talk to people who've done it before. Talk to people at Bring. They're amazing. They have lots of ideas and lots of things to learn online too.
Thanks for coming and taking a look at our house.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.